Happy Thursday, everybody. Hope you're having a great week and that you survived the Halloween week and that you all stayed healthy. Today I wanted to talk about something that was brought up in this month's Ensign. It's all about pornography prevention for our families. And the adult section talks about ways that we need to help teach our children and respond to our children when they are exposed to it. And then the young adult section is all about what to do if you are dating and have a pornography problem or are dating someone with a pornography problem. So I feel like they've just been really thorough. I'm sure that the Friend and the New Era are filled with articles as well addressing this topic because they tend to all interrelate with each other. So be sure and check those out as well so that you kind of hit everything that's appropriate for your kids' ages in your family. But it just made me think, this is something we discuss pretty openly in our family and have since my kids were little. And I just wanted to share a few of the things that have helped us as we've tried to keep our kids safe from the addiction, but also just to navigate, because it's not really a matter of if anymore. It's a matter of when, and they really need to be armed with the tools to know what to do when they're in situations that make them uncomfortable or when they are curious about it, and that's normal. So the first thing I usually start with is this when they're about 2 or 3 or 4. It's called God Gave You a Body. 2 young moms wrote it for their kids. It's like a PDF download. I'll see if I can find the link. I just printed it out and made it into a book, but it just talks all about what gifts our bodies are and how to protect them, what to do if someone tries to touch you inappropriately or if you see inappropriate images, and things that you can do to protect the gift that is your body. And it's just very beautifully illustrated and simple to understand, and just keeps it light and informative, and is just a really good starting place, I feel. Many of you have probably heard of the Good Pictures, Bad Pictures picture book. I read that to my kids right before they start kindergarten, because I had some friends who that's when they were first exposed to pornography, and so I want my kids to know what to do if they're in that situation. Anyway, I'm sorry I don't have it with me because I've loaned it out so many times. I don't know who has it right now, but I'll put a description of that, or a link to it, in the description box below. But that book just kind of goes through how pornography affects your brain and why it's dangerous, and then what to do when you see it. It's been really great. We've had family home evenings where we've discussed and practiced what to do when we see something that makes us uncomfortable. Like if you see it on the computer, what do you do? If you're at a store or with your friends, or your friend shows you something on their phone, what are all the things that you need to do? Turn it off. Come talk to your parents. And then we also talked about how it's normal to be curious about things of a sexual nature. That's good. We were designed with those urges. But that if we're seeking that information, like in Google, Google tracks us. And if it thinks that we're interested in something, it will keep sending us information related to that topic. And so it's not a good idea to go searching things on the internet that, if you're curious about things, about bodies or about sex, that you can talk to your parents about it. And there's nothing that's taboo in our house. Having sexual curiosity is normal and healthy, and we are happy to talk to our kids about it. And then we've also talked about what to do if they're having trouble controlling their thoughts, and some little things that each of them do. One of them really likes to read uplifting things, and another one sings the same song over and over and over. They're just different ways and different styles for each person of ways that will help them. And then just talking about how it's a process to learn self-control as our hormones are changing and our curiosity about sexual things is changing, that it's normal to have to practice being good at having self-control, and that if they talk to us, we'll help them develop those skills. So I think having those open discussions and having things be out in the light just helps them. I know of so many youth who, and even younger kids, I've had parents call me who, because I'm pretty open about the topic, I feel like when it stays in the dark, it gathers power. And when we're open about it, and we talk about ways to help, that it kind of loses its grasp on us in that way. So I've had some parents call me with their kids, even as young as 7, at a sleepover with their cousins, looking up stuff on YouTube. And it just led to that addiction. And at that point, I mean, that curiosity is there, but I think once you start talking about it and learning healthier strategies, I think those things can definitely be addressed and dealt with before it becomes a huge problem. And it's not just a boy problem, and I think parents need to be very aware of that being sexually curious is a part of everybody's life. Some kids more than others, and that's normal. But I've had 3 friends in my neighborhood who have been very tragically affected by pornography. And one of my friends, he's actually just got out of jail. He's been in jail for the past several years because of how his pornography addiction affected him and his family. And it just completely destroyed their family. And so watching that happen in real time and just seeing how it's made marriages more difficult and has killed sexual desire in what would have been otherwise healthy marriages, and just makes so much conflict and insecurities happen. It's been easy to talk to my kids about why they should avoid it and exactly what it does. Anyway, the church also has some really, really great resources, and I'll also link the little video they have for kids discussing pornography. But I'm just curious to know what you guys do in your homes to help your kids, and if there are any resources you have that you could share, because I just feel like it's something we always need to be aware of and comfortable discussing with our kids so that they feel empowered and know what to do when those situations arise, because they will arise. So let me know what you think below in the comment section. I'd love to hear your ideas and thoughts. And have a super happy Thursday. Bye.